You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Gaming, and some of you on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Tennessee Shuichi's Path. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alright. Well, in between complaining about me not going to see her often, which I totally take responsibility for, she also said you haven't visited her and your mom for a few months already. She told me she's only seen you a couple times since classes started. I let that go because I just assumed you were busy with schoolwork and your club, but now you're not even inviting her? Look, Yuichi, I can't organize my thoughts properly. I'm not surprised you take offense to this, though, what with how close you are to Aki. It probably sounds alien to you that I wouldn't see Hitoka all that often. But it's just, awkward. Awkward? Ever since the divorce, things have been awkward between us. She might not look like it, but Hitoka still resents me for choosing to live with Dad. But I assure you, that's not why I didn't want to invite her. It's just that she really does love Dad, that much I'm sure of. I don't think he'd be in the right headspace to deal with her. She's his daughter, that's not an excuse. You're making things too difficult here. Can you just take my word that I know my family better than you? Just this once, please? Fine. Just this once. Thanks, I owe you one. I still can't accept that. Even though my intentions when asking about it weren't malicious, the mood has suddenly turned very heavy and awkward. How about I go get us some snacks and we can take a break from all the planning? Yeah, that sounds great. I'll be right back. Shuichi walks to the kitchen with hurried steps, his tail tucked away between his legs. It's funny, he's always been so mindful of other people, even when we were kids. He'd just put a smile on his face and pretend there was nothing affecting him. But his tail had always been a dead giveaway to how he's really feeling. Right now, I guess he must be really conscious of his own reasoning after I asked him about Hitoka. I guess maybe I overstepped my boundaries a little bit. What should I do while I wait for him? I know he already caught me doing it once and he didn't seem to mind. Maybe I could stoop around a little more. I can't help but want to look around. I have so few memories of this house. Let's see, what's this stuff on top of the coffee table? Huh? I hope some bean paste sweets with milk are good enough for you. That's all I have in the fridge at the moment, not that you drink milk anyway. God, I love the bean paste sweets. Huh? Yuichi? Shuichi, is this? Huh? Shuichi follows my gaze, his eyes landing on the same object that I am so fixated on. Oh, that. This can't be what I think it is, can it? It's exactly what you think it is. Shuichi picks up a small acrylic box. The way he handles it is so gentle and full of affection. Inside the box is an origami swan. It's poorly made and barely resembles what it's supposed to be at all. But even despite that, there are no marks in the little thing. It's been kept safe and perfectly preserved inside this box. This is one of the swans you made for me back when I was depressed about my parents getting divorced. It's been over 4 years. You kept it all this time? Why are you so surprised? This is something you made for me. As if I could ever throw something like that away. But I didn't make a ton of them. But didn't I make a ton of them? 65, I kept count. I still have all of them inside a box in my room. It's just that Dad only let me put one on display. No offense, but why did you choose the ugliest one? The ugliest one? I mean, I'm pretty sure I remember most of them looking way better than this. This one barely even resembles a swan. I think I see what you're trying to say. But just for your information, this one is my favorite. Your favorite? Yeah, it's the very first one you made for me. It's the one that made me the happiest. Are you alright? Shit, I have to look away. My face is so red right now for some reason. Yeah, I'm fine. Why did my heart just skip a beat? Anyway, how about we get to that snack? Sure. Good thing Shuichi isn't the sharpest one around. We spend a long time just sitting around and having fun, talking about anything that comes to mind. Having time to spend together, just the two of us, is so rare nowadays. It's good to take the opportunity to just hang out together. I still can't believe you managed to get out of that one. Yeah, Shima-sensei was not happy with me over that. We're not talking about anything of any particular importance, and yet there's a certain lightness to the air right now. Talking to Shuichi like this feels so cozy. Oh, this reminds me, Shima-sensei was put in charge of supervising the senior year booth for the festival this year. Seriously? He's been our supervisor since we were freshmen. I guess they must think he deals with the students in our year the best. Can't really argue with him on that. This will be the first time since middle school that we're not doing the preparations for the festival together. Somehow it feels kind of lonely when I think about it. Yeah. I'm still not used to Shuichi being in a different class from me. We always used to study together. We even managed to always sit close to each other. Ugh. Being in a different class from his is a complicated feeling. I guess we had to get used to it at some point, right? What do you mean? Well, you and I won't really see each other much after we graduate. Now I'll become a professional and I'll probably leave the country. You, on the other hand, are going to go to college. Not only will we be busy, but we'll live so far away from each other that we won't have much time to talk. Who knows? We might not see each other for many years. I guess you're right. I never gave it much thought. Yeah, you're right. We really have to start getting used to not being together all the time. Even though he has a smile on his face, his voice sounds so distant right now. Sorry, I said something weird out of nowhere and ruined the mood. Nah, you're fine. And you're right. We are eventually going to be separated, just like you said. That's just how life goes. Most people don't keep in touch with their childhood friends once they begin adult lives. Who knows, 10 years from now, we might be nothing more than distant memories to one another. That's not true. You know? Oh, man. Cookies. No. You said it yourself. We'll probably be living far away from each other, with jobs and worries of our own. We'll probably meet other people during that time, too. Eventually, we might just drift apart and stop talking to each other. It's not like it's a rare thing at all. But still, don't say such lonely things like it were nothing. No matter what happens, I think you and I'll be friends forever, even if we're not close to each other. Friends forever? Heh, what are you, a schoolgirl? Gah! It'd be nice if it were true, though. What? Nothing, don't worry about it. Oh, by the way, I just remembered that I have something for you. Something for me? Shuichi gets up from his seat, walking to a nearby bookcase and opening a drawer on it. Here. He hands me a maggot. Is this the first edition of The Devil Works as a Nun? Yep, I know you've been looking for it for a few years. I've been secretly searching for it too. Dad found it by accident at a Japanese bookstore in Taiwan and shipped it over to me. It arrived yesterday. Is that supposed to be like the devil is a part-timer? Pretty sure. Shuichi, this thing is over 30 years old. It's incredibly rare. It must have cost you a fortune. Nah, it's no biggie. I knew you wanted it for the longest time, so I wanted to be the one to give it to you. Of course, tracking it down was harder than I thought. I finally understood why you couldn't find it. Still, this is such a big thing to give someone. Let me pay you back for it. Are you out of your mind? This was a present, as if I'd let you pay for it. But... Yuichi, just let me do something nice for you every now and then. I like making you happy. Every now and then? It feels like you're always doing things for me. This book, the paper swans... Just today, you've already shown me how considerate and sweet you are. Every now and then, you're always so nice and kind to me. Have I ever really shown him the same amount of kindness? Hey, Yuichi, are you alright? This isn't the face I expected to see you making when I finally gave you this. Sorry, I'm a little overwhelmed right now. Don't get me wrong, it's such an amazing gift. I just don't know what to say right now. Shuichi, it's incredible how you can do so much for me and yet act like it's nothing. Huh? But it's really nothing for me. Like I said, I enjoy making you happy. You're my favorite person in the whole world, so why shouldn't I do nice things for you? Making you happy also makes me happy. Really, this guy is too much. Shuichi, you really are amazing. I'm so glad to have met you. What's this all of a sudden? That's such an embarrassing thing to say out of nowhere. Sorry. Shuichi, thank you. You're the best friend I could have ever asked for. I never stopped to think of all the things you've done for me, and yet they've been popping up more and more as of late. It's not as if your attitude changed, I probably just began to be more aware of it. Why is my heart racing so much in my chest? Either way, we should probably start cutting this short. It's getting late already, and I have a pile of work to do. What? But we're in the middle of Golden Week. Today was the only day of class. You should be free. You really think schoolwork is the only thing I have to do? Some people have entrance exams to worry about, you know, and I've been slacking off on my duties for them because of all the student council work. I have a lot of catching up to do. Oh, I never stopped to think about it. It's true, Shuichi intends to get into college. Maybe I can help you. I know I haven't been the most attentive student lately, but I'm a quick study. I'm sure I can catch on pretty quick. I have no doubt you could. You've always been able to show me off when you put your mind to it. Ooh, excuse me, that's exactly why I'll say no. if you manage to outdo me when you haven't studied seriously in 3 years, I just about die of embarrassment. Oh, sorry. It's fine. I'm still very thankful that you took your time to come over here today and help me. Really, thanks a lot, Yuichi. I owe you one. Don't be stupid. I'm the one who owes you a lot for all the things you've done for me over the years. Alright, I'll get out of your hair so you can concentrate. Thanks for having me over. Let me walk you to the door. On my way back home, I couldn't help but start thinking to myself, I really have to start doing better. Shuichi deserves someone who treats him better than I do. And yet, the thought of him giving him away to someone else pains me much more than I thought it would. I have to get better. May 8th, Monday. My eyes! They burn! I shouldn't have stayed up so late last night playing games! Whatever, I'll just run my head under a cold sink for a few minutes. At least I won't feel so dead then. There you go. Once more, I come up to the roof to take some time for myself. As usual, this is the best place on campus just to lie down and nap. Huh? Wait, there's someone else here! A white wolf is sitting on the floor, lazily looking up at the sky. I don't remember seeing him here before. Even if I don't know them all by names, I am at least familiar with all the seniors in school. Maybe this guy's a junior, or even a freshman. As I stand on my spot watching him and trying to decide whether to stay or leave, the wolf speaks up. Are you gonna just stand there and gawk at me all day? His tone isn't the friendliest I've ever heard, which further makes me unsure. The wolf turns his head towards me, looking me in the eye. Didn't think I'd run into you here. You know who I am? Of course I do. You're the guy the captain is always fawning over. The captain? Heh, figures you wouldn't know me. I've seen you visit our courts a ton of times since I joined, but you never bothered to learn who we are. Oh, wait, are you one of Shuichi's teammates? One of his eyebrows twitches. Teammate, I guess you could call it that. The wolf gets up from the floor and dusts himself off. Yeah, I'm one of his teammates, but I doubt if he even cares about people like me at all. What do you mean? Shuichi cares about everyone on his team. The wolf scowls, crossing his arms. Yeah, right. Do you live in a fairy tale land or something? If he really cared, he wouldn't be such a condescending ass the whole time. Alright, y'all, I'm actually going to pause it right there. I've got some VR stuff to do. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. I love you all, and I shall see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!